Good morning everyone. In the previous class we have discussed about the plant water relationship and today we will be discussing the two topic. One is the membrane permeability and second concept that osmosis. Now let's start with the first concept which is the membrane permeability. So membrane permeability is that when a membrane allow the substances to pass through it, okay, that property of membrane is called membrane permeability, and membrane is said to be known as permeable. When it is said to be permeable, if it allows the substances to pass through it. Next, depending upon the chemical nature and the nature of solute, membrane are of different types. One is permeable. Permeable membrane is that membrane which allow free movement of water and other solutes in and out of the cell. For example, cell wall. As you know that outer side means out to the plasma membrane there is another layer which is called cell wall, and that membrane of plant cell which is the cell wall that is permeable in nature, means that allow the free movement of water and other materials into and out of the cell. Second one is the impermeable. Impermeable is that membrane which do not allow the any substance, neither solvent nor solute, into and out of the cell. So that kind of membrane is called impermeable. For example, the cuticle of the plant cell, and cuticle where you have this in the word cuticle. Cuticle is, we can observe easily the cuticle under the cross section of a leaf. So outer to epidermis there is present the cuticle layer which is impermeable in nature. Next example is the suberized wall of cork cell, means cork is made up of suberin which is further impermeable in nature. The third type is semi-permeable. Semi-permeable membrane is alive and selective in action, means semi-permeable membrane allow solvent particles to pass through it, but it doesn't allow solute particles to enter into the cell. And the last one is selectively permeable membrane. It is a type of membrane which have specialized protein, and specialized protein means aquaporine, and aquaporine, these are the protein which allow only the movement of water, and ion channels again it allow the movement of ion. For example, fish and other animals bladder. The bladder of fish and other animal, they are selectively permeable in nature, and egg membrane and plasma membrane of the cell, they are also considered as the example of selectively permeable. So this was all about membrane permeability and its type. Now comes to next topic. So next topic is the second topic, osmosis. So what is osmosis? Osmosis is a type of passive transport in which the movement of water occurs, means it allows only the solvent particle, as water is a solvent, from a region of its higher concentration to a region of its lower concentration. But here we will say through a semi-permeable membrane. Osmosis is also a type of diffusion, but it is the diffusion of water molecules from a region of its higher concentration to a region of its lower concentration but through a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, let's take a simple example. This is a plant cell. So what happen in plant cell? This one is the cell wall, and inner to cell wall there is PM. PM stands for plasma membrane, and this one is called vacuole, and vacuole is filled with the fluid, and this fluid is called the cell sap, and the membrane of the outer membrane of vacuole is called tonoplast. So this one is vacuole, and the outer layer of vacuole is called tonoplast. As we have discussed earlier that cell wall is permeable in nature. It allows all the movement, free movement of water as well as solute. But we know PM means plasma membrane and this tonoplast, these two are selectively permeable. Selectively permeable means it allow only the selected while it is permeable. Okay, so plasma membrane and tonoplast, these are the selectively permeable membrane, or you can say that in a plant cell, plasma membrane and tonoplast. Tonoplast is the membrane of the vacuole. Plasma membrane and tonoplast both are the determinants for the movement of molecules into and out of the cell. So as you know, what is the function of the vacuole? Vacuole, the main function of vacuole is the storage. So it stores food and other material. It means that vacuole have solute. So in the plant cell, in vacuole, maximum solute concentration is here. While in protoplasm, here is the maximum concentration of water. And as we know, according to definition of osmosis, here only the movement of water occur. तो यहाँ water molecules की जो concentration है into the vacuole क्या है? Lesser है. तो कैसे movement allow होगा? Plasma membrane and tonoplast both determine the movement of substances into and out of the cell due to their selective nature. Okay, so let's start with an experiment. Now let us take an example in which we will study about the Thistle funnel experiment, the most important topic, the Thistle funnel experiment. Now take a Thistle funnel, fill it with the sucrose solution, okay, and tie it with the egg membrane. Okay, here I am using the word egg membrane. So how you will get an egg membrane? Take an egg, okay, and make a pore in it, and with this pore, okay, remove yolk, albumin, all the protein, and you will get an eggshell. अब आप क्या करोगे? Keep this eggshell in dilute HCl for few hours, and you will observe cell will get damaged and you will find the membrane intact. And this egg membrane, okay, it acts as selectively permeable membrane. So here we are using the egg membrane. Okay, so again I am repeating, take a Thistle funnel, fill it with the sucrose solution and tie it with the egg membrane. Now in inverted position, keeping in the distilled water. Okay, now what you will observe that as water molecule concentration is higher, okay, here the water molecules are present in high concentration, while in Thistle funnel there is more sucrose molecule, means solute concentration is here. And as we know, in osmosis water molecules, they move from higher water potential to lower water potential. So they will move from outside to the inside. तो जैसे ही आउटसाइड टू इनसाइड वाटर मॉलिक्यूल मूव करेंगे, सुक्रोज का जो लेवल है, लेवल ऑफ सुक्रोज विल राइज. एंड व्हाई इट विल राइज? बिकॉज ऑफ एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ सम water molecule. So the reason behind the raising of sugar level in the Thistle funnel is the osmosis. Okay, so if we want to stop the movement of water, then what we will do? Then we will apply pressure. And if we will apply, in the second case, if we will apply pressure, then what will happen? It will prevent the movement of water molecule. From here, we find a conclusion that the pressure which stops the net movement of pure water, here the distilled water is a pure water which stops the net movement of pure water into the solution. Okay, that pressure is called as osmotic pressure. So here I have written the definition. Osmotic pressure, it is defined as the pressure which is required to prevent net movement of water, pure water. Pure water means having maximum number of water molecule. Pure water into the solution so as to prevent the volume of solution. हमने फर्स्ट केस में किया कि वॉल्यूम जो थी सॉल्यूशन की सुक्रोज की इंक्रीज हो रही थी, तो वॉल्यूम को इंक्रीज नहीं होने देना. सो टू प्रिवेंट द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन वी विल अप्लाई ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर. सो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट our Thistle funnel experiment. So there is an apparatus named as osmometer, and this apparatus is used to determine or to measure the rate of osmosis. Okay, next is the factors affecting osmosis. Let's start. So osmotic pressure is the pressure to prevent the net movement of pure water into the solution. So osmotic pressure is always positive. Osmotic pressure is always positive, while there is one more term, and that term is osmotic potential. So osmotic potential is always negative. Osmotic pressure is positive. As in the Thistle funnel experiment, as we have studied in this way, we have studied in the Thistle funnel experiment, we were applying the pressure, and that pressure is known as the osmotic pressure. Okay, so osmotic pressure, I am denoting it with the OP. The osmotic pressure is the pressure of simply the solute. Okay, so solute जो pressure होगा, pressure of solute is the osmotic pressure. Okay, and in the chemistry also you study that pi is equal to SCT. Pi is here stands for the osmotic pressure and C stands for the concentration. So from this equation you can find out the conclusion that osmotic pressure is directly proportional to the concentration. Means if concentration will be higher, osmotic pressure will also be higher. Means the particles will move from higher concentration to lower concentration. So osmotic pressure OP and osmotic potential, they are equal, but osmotic potential is always negative. Osmotic potential is just the ability and osmosis the water ability. तो हमने कहा था यहाँ from higher to lower जा रहा है, तो reverse condition है, तो we are using the negative sign and we were applying the pressure. So that pressure is the osmotic pressure, because osmotic pressure is used to stop the net movement of water molecule. And as we know, osmotic pressure of pure water is 0. Okay, and if we will add solute, then what will happen? Then osmotic pressure will become positive. Is it clear? Now next is, what are the factors that affect osmosis? Factors affecting osmosis. So first factor is temperature. So what is the effect of temperature? Keeping the pressure constant when water is subjected to both sides of membrane at different temperature, then water will move from a region of its higher temperature to a region of its lower temperature. Okay, second one is the pressure. What will happen in case of pressure? By keeping temperature constant, and when by keeping temperature constant, water is subjected to move on both sides of membrane, then how it will move? The water will move from a region of its high pressure to a region of its low pressure, or you can say high water potential to a region of its low water potential. And the third, the most important one, is the concentration gradient. So as we know already, in the Thiessen funnel experiment we have studied that water, जो distilled water की concentration थी, it was maximum outside and inside it was lower. So how the water was entering? Water was moving from a region of its higher concentration to a region of its lower concentration, and only due to that the level of sucrose was raising in the Thiessen funnel. So concentration gradient is the most important factor of the osmosis. Now next one is the significance or the importance of osmosis. So what is the significance? Opening and closing of stomata, that is also possible due to osmosis, or you may say simply it occurs by the phenomena of osmosis. And you already know plants, they take water with the help of root hairs from the soil. That is also the process of osmosis. Means it can only possible due to the phenomena of osmosis. And water movement, it also occurs from cell to cell. That is also due to the process of osmosis. So this was all about the second topic, osmosis. Once again, recap. Today we have discussed what is the membrane permeability, what are the various kinds of membrane, next what is osmosis, and what was the Thiessen funnel experiment, and what was the conclusion we get from the Thiessen funnel experiment, what is osmotic pressure, and finally the factor and importance of osmosis. With this, thanks to all.